and welcome to PoE 2 guide. This is the Aurabot guide. I've been running it for the past week and I've been enjoying it a lot. It has been fun and exciting to try something different than just solo blasting and maps. But actually I've been playing in groups of 6 people. I actually have been playing with one other guy and then you have leeches with. So I decided why not share my build. I don't know how many guides there's out there, but now at least there is one I know of, and that's mine. So let's get into it. So what is this Aurabot or Rarity bot? It's a class that does no damage. It's just there for rarity. As far as I know of, there's like pretty much all classes can play this. But I know the Witch Hunter, the Mercenary Witch Hunter class ascendancy with the color is one of them, and then there's the Infernalist that I'm running. That's the other one. But I think every class can pretty much run this. And I think I first wanna go over the gear and then we can go over the support gems and I can show the passive tree. So for the gear, and you want to run a scepter, and the scepter you really want a good present area of effect to increase your radius for your gloves. I will get to that, the gloves, later. And then you want to have your allies, and pretty much every other DPS you're running with is running Sparks. It is the best and most consistent one. So you want to buff their skills. So that's cast speed and increased damage. I really want a new scepter. So it has increased a presence area effect. Allies in your presence deals increased damage. Allies in your presence have increased cast speed, and allies in your presence has increased elemental resistance, or 2 elemental resistance. And the reason for that is because sometimes the leeches you play with is not res capped, and this can actually help them a little bit to get that res cap. Furthermore, you don't really want. It's a nice bonus to have the discipline on your scepter, so they get more energy shield. For the offhand, we are using the Omen's Crest Shield, the Imagination, and because it's increased the sockets you have. I think the highest you can roll is 666, increased effect of socket soul cores, and then you of course want to bump it up with Rarity. For the helm, there is 2 options. There is the Alpha's How, or a regular helm with like 60 increased rarity and then 20 from the sockets. We have been testing a little bit back and forth, like how good this presence radius is doubled is together with your gloves. Because okay, we can actually take the gloves now as well. Because the gloves is what makes this build work, because it makes all enemies kills in your presence count as being killed by you instead. Meaning that all the enemies killed in your range gets your rarity buff. And you see in your presence, and on the helm we have the presence radius doubled, meaning that the radius around you, I think is default 4 meters, it gets 8 meters. Together with the presence area effect here. That's why you want a high one here. So the radius around you, where the monsters can die, is higher. Therefore meaning more loot. On the other hand, you're losing like 60% rarity from this, and I think the wording on the gloves, I think I saw a bug report, because it actually says enemy kills by anyone in your presence, meaning that if your DPS guy is in your presence and kills an enemy, it should be counting towards you instead, but it's actually enemies kills in your presence count as being killed by you instead. So I think the wording here, or at least either it's bugged or the wording is wrong on these gloves. So I will expect a fix to this. So that's why we run the helm, and it also has 62 cold resistance, and it helps a lot with our cold resistance. I will get to why our resistance is really, really bad. It's because of our rings. For our amulet, we really just want to use any good rarity amulet we could get. The one with implicit, you see 17 increased rarity here. And then you want a high, like a double roll rarity on the prefix and suffix, as high as you can get. And then you really want to fix it with either maximum mana and then all the resistance you can get. We allocate all natural because we just need some more resistances. I think that's the best one I could find on the passive tree. But you can also go for movement speed because you're also kind of slow with this build. And that's that slow. For the chest we use Moria's Invictus. We want 5 sockets to get 50% increased rarity, and then plus we want elemental resistance per socket rune, and then increased rarity per socket rune. So we get 100 rarity from this yet, just 50 from the soul cores and 50 from the affix on the chest itself. Then we get 50 elemental resistance per socket rune as well. Really nice chest. Then for the rings, we want to run the gold ring and various, I think it's called. And here is the reason why we are losing so much resistance, because we get minus 20 by default. If corrupted, it can get lower. So you want to, as little elemental resistance you can get, like minus 20 is the best. Even minus 18 I think it can roll as well. And then you want as high rarity as you can. I think you can get 100% in total if it's corrupted and have maximum rolls on everything. But you want to get as high as you can, because then we are running Ingenuity, so we get increased bonus gains from our equipped rings. And that's also why our resistance like skyrockets to infinity. We will get into the passive tree when we are running Adorns and Magic Jewels, how we can gain some of this resistance back. But just as high rarity you can get on these rings. For the gloves, I already told them this is the what make the builds work. We want 2 sockets in them and then rarity on those. For the boots, this only works, as far as I know, on the Infernalist, because we can go, you see, 50% increased rarity of items found when you're on low life. You see, I'm 360 out of, like you see, I've reserved 1082. That's actually 75% of my life. And that's actually what it works. And the reason for that, we can get that is if we reserve 25 here, 25 here, 25 here, and I think we have, oh yeah, 50, 75, yeah. Quick math, you know. So we reserved 75% of our life here, making us always on low life. So we get 50 here plus 20 from the sockets. I think that's it for the build. Why we're not using, you can use the golden charm. The way it works, you get the rarity after you kill an enemy or a rare monster, meaning you don't get these 20% increased rarity of items found for the elite you kill, but 1 second after the elite is dead. Make it kind of buggy and not really worth it, and I rather want to have the sustain of not being frozen. It makes me not die that much, because if you die in the map, you pretty much get no rarity at all, and the loot sucks. Alright, let's go over the skill gems. You can pretty much run whatever, and you can actually run it without casting anything. Casting like something like Flame Wall and Aurabot Storms and everything, it can actually lead to lag, especially in areas like Savannah, that is really bad performance right now, especially with distilled maps. So I barely, maybe sometimes when we start a breach, I cast 1 and that's it. In Ritual I cast 1, that's it. But we are running Curse, Blasphemy, and we're having double Curse because of we have it in our passive tree. I can show it later. But we are running Conductivity. And then we're running Enfeeble. This makes it less, enemies have less lightning resistance, because we run with a spark. If you're running something else, you can swap this to another a curse, maybe like fire or anything, whatever you're running with. Enfeeble, less damage, and then we have the heightened curse to increase effect. More area of effect with magnified effect, and we just use Rarity to have some mana regeneration. Like, we don't really use it, but we have it. Then we're running Radiant Spirit with Infernal Legion, Meat Shield, and Elemental Army. Then we're running Orb of Storms, also to buff with Font of Mana, Cursing Current, or Cursing Current, Conduction, Blind, and I cannot spell. Overabundance, I think it's the right word. Then we're running Flame Wall to give the fire damage to the sparks with Persistence, Fire Mastery, Fortress, Spell Cascade, and Arcane Tempo. Then we're using Eye of Winter for the crit damage, or crit chance, sorry. We're using Cold Mastery, Wild Shards, Strip Away, Cold Exposure, and Scattershot. Then we're using Blink with Ingenuity for increased cooldown, so we can blink more often. It helps a lot to catch up to the Spark guy. Then we're using Grim Beast to double our energy shield. We see we have 3638, makes the doubled. And we use Vitality and Cannibalism. You don't really have to have these. If you're lacking Spirit, you can just take these out, so on the Mana Remnants, and you can see you have like way more Spirit. It's just because I have, you see I still have like more Spirit I can allocate, so that's why I'm just filling them with some regeneration and some life on kills. I'm using Mana Remnants to buff double our mana, because we're using Might over Matter. For the builds, also I have to say you don't need these flasks at all. The best one of these two is definitely Melting Maelstrom. I never press this because you're only at 360 life. But on the other hand, I'm using the Eternal Youth, making my life flask a recover energy shield instead. So, but it's not necessary to have these unique flasks if you cannot afford it. What makes this build work? For the passive tree, we are running Infernalist, and we really want to pass down to these to get the Preserved of Life to get the boots to work. Other than that, these one are not really anything interesting. On the passive tree, we want to path up to get some maximum energy shield. We want to get more maximum energy shield. We're gonna get some effect on our curses. We're gonna grab as many jewel slots on the way we can, because we are running a Dawn. Let me see if I can find it. It's here. I have a very low one. You can get a higher one. The higher you get, the more easier it's gonna get to get your resistance filled. Because the magic jewels, we want increased effect of auras from your aura skills, meaning that you get where is my blasphemy? You will get increased effect of these two. And then we want to have them corrupted with a resistance. So you're just gonna fill these with resistance that you are needing. A good jewel you can place is against the darkness jewel. That gives you fire and lightning resistance, and you can place it right here in this node between the adverse growth and explosive impact, and then fill it out with these nodes here to get more fire and lightning resistance. Other than that, to help with the resistances, we are running the Grand Spectrum Sapphires, +4, +5, and we're running 3 of them. See if we can find the other one. It's down here. So it makes us get more resistance per grand spectrum we have in our passive tree. Then we are grabbing energy shield over here. We are grabbing whispers of doom, so we can run 2 curses. We get some effect on our curses here again. We get some more energy shield and some more energy shield. We're grabbing more energy shield here, and we're getting increased area of effect here. Together with these nodes, we get some more energy shield here. And we get some stun threshold. That's also pretty nice. That's also why I'm not running the stun charm, but the frozen charm instead. Here's all the all natural we get from the amulet. It's here. And you can see to distill that you need fear, and greed. We get some more energy shield, and then we're gonna pass down to the hour effect here. So pretty much you wanna grab as many jewels as you can on the way to get your Dawn to work. I think that's pretty much it for the build. I will, after this, show a showcase of a run we had yesterday, just so you can see how we are playing. Pretty much we are playing that the Spark is running like a little bit in front of you, and he's leading, and you just follow him, and then you loot behind. It really depends on playstyle. You can also be the leading guy, and the Spark runs after you. The hour effect, you can test it in a town. He can run away, and he can see how far he can be to get the damage from the scepter. But it's good. You have a big aura around you. I think it's here and then all the way up here, I think, for my class or something like that. It's pretty big. That's also why I want a scepter with distance to get all the leeching parties. How it works, we have a post. We post in the TFT Discord saying that we need leechers, and then they get paid to join. Or not paid to join, but they get paid for every drop we get, or some of the drops. They get 4 divines per Astramentus we drop. They get 50 divines per mirror drop, and they get 20 Exalted per divine drop. So that's how we fill our party. It's really good for people to leech. Like if you're leveling a new character, let's say you're level 60, you just get to endgame and you just want to get to 90 real quick. You can join this group, just run after. You can loot pretty much everything that's below an Exalted. So you can get items like on my loot filter. I have this. I have this loot filter, and it pretty much shows nothing other than currency for me. You will see it in the video. There's no items other than uniques, like good uniques. Yep, I think that's it, and now enjoy the video. And if you have any questions, let them know in the comments. I will also link the POB to my character, so you can see it for yourself and import it to you and do whatever with it you want. Anyway, enjoy your day.
yet.